Max Verstappen makes a crucial request to Red Bull, or else he could leave. The Mercedes experimental setups could have a big impact on the W15 development, and Adrian Newey's Red Bull salary revealed as he plans on leaving the team. Max Verstappen, the reigning world champion in Formula One, has expressed his desire for a calm and peaceful environment within his Red Bull team. This comes as behind-the-scenes uncertainty continues to engulf the team at the start of the new F1 2024 season. Despite the ongoing dramas, Verstappen has enjoyed a strong start to his latest title defense, winning 4 out of 5 races and establishing a 25-point lead over his teammate Sergio Perez in the drivers' standings. The performance of the Red Bull team on the track has remained dominant, but doubts have been raised about Verstappen's future due to the off-track issues. In February, Christian Horner, the team principal, was investigated for his conduct, but the case was dismissed. However, Verstappen's father, Jos, publicly called for Horner's resignation after the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix, accusing him of causing problems and playing the victim. Jos Verstappen also claimed that Red Bull could explode if Horner remains in position. The situation escalated further this week when reports surfaced that Adrian Newey, the design guru at Red Bull, intends to leave the team. Before these rumors came to light, Verstappen, who has been heavily linked with a move to Mercedes in recent weeks, emphasized the importance of a calm and performance-driven atmosphere within the team. He stressed that he signed a long-term contract with Red Bull for a reason, and that all he wants is a peaceful environment. Verstappen's latest comments come after German publication Automotor und Sport reported that the driver does not find the prospect of joining Mercedes appealing amid the team's current woes. However, with no alternatives available, committing to Red Bull could open the door for a potential power grab by Horner. This could result in the suspension of Marko, a long-serving Red Bull advisor and a staunch ally of Verstappen. It's worth noting that Verstappen has repeatedly stated that his future is closely linked to that of Marko. In March, it was reported that Verstappen's contract contains a clause that allows him to leave Red Bull if Marko departs. The debates about whether Max Verstappen will make a shock exit from Red Bull to join Mercedes as they continue to improve him. According to recent claims, Adrian Newey may leave Red Bull even though he earns at least $10 million per year. Newey has been an essential figure in Red Bull's success since he joined the team in 2006, designing cars that won world championships for drivers such as Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. Red Bull is currently the dominant force in Formula One, with Verstappen winning 48 of the last 71 races since his first championship win in 2021. Despite having signed a new long-term agreement less than a year ago, rumors have circulated this week that Newey has indicated his intention to leave Red Bull. These reports about Newey's departure have emerged amid the current uncertainty surrounding the Red Bull team, with rumors suggesting that both Aston Martin and Ferrari have attempted to take advantage of the situation by presenting contract offers to the 65-year-old. A Red Bull spokesperson told PlanetF1.com in response to these rumors that Adrian is contracted until at least the end of 2025. We are unaware of him joining any other team. The Daily Mail has revealed Newey's worth to Red Bull, claiming that he was rewarded with a $10 million per year deal in early 2020, according to conservative estimates. However, it is believed that the actual amount is much higher. After a clip resurfaced of Newey declaring his affection for Red Bull in December 2023, stating that leaving the team at this stage of his career would be like walking out on your family, the claims about Newey's salary have surfaced. During an appearance on the Formula for Success podcast, which was recorded late last year, Newey also expressed his admiration for Ferrari and revealed that he had almost joined the Scuderia on 3 separate occasions throughout his illustrious career. He stated, "Ferrari is this magical brand that, in all honesty, probably everybody in motor racing is always fascinated by and tempted to join if they're offered the opportunity. I've been approached and come close 3 times now. One of those was in Indy cars way back. It's an amazing brand. It has all this mystique about it. It's effectively the Italian national team with all the pros and cons that come with that. The cons are that if you don't do a great job, you are absolutely berated and torn apart. Of course, if you do a good job, then you're a national hero. So that brings all its own pressures. But I have to try to take the passion side out of it and approach it from an engineering side." Newey also said that he has enjoyed working for the teams he has worked for, including Red Bull, which he has been involved with since the beginning. He added, It's a team that I've been very centrally involved in developing the engineering side of the team, so it's a team I kind of feel comfortable with. We all know how we work. I suppose to change now. I'm not saying I would never ever change because you should never say that, but it would be like walking out on your family because that's what it's become. If you're enjoying the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily F1 news. Former F1 technical director Gary Anderson believes that Lewis Hamilton is not accepting the reality of Mercedes' situation in F1 2024, and that Hamilton's setup experiments could have long-term consequences for the W15 car's development. Anderson has suggested that Hamilton should learn from his teammate George Russell to kickstart his season. Mercedes aimed to return to regular victory contention in the F1 2024 campaign after being restricted to just one race win since F1's ground effect rules were introduced in 2022. However, Hamilton has had his worst ever start to a season, scoring only 19 points across the first 5 rounds and finishing behind Russell in every race they have finished to date. Hamilton has tried a range of setups to unlock more performance from the W15, but this strategy backfired at the recent Chinese Grand Prix. After finishing second to Max Verstappen's Red Bull in the sprint race, Hamilton could only manage 18th in qualifying. He later admitted that he had made massive changes to his car between the sessions and could only recover to 9th place the following day. Anderson, who has been critical of Mercedes in recent years, has accused Hamilton of being unwilling to accept the reality of the team's situation. He has warned that Hamilton's tinkering could limit Mercedes' understanding of the W15, limiting the team's development of the car. Anderson has suggested that Hamilton is chasing the few times that Mercedes have found their sweet spot in the last few years, despite the Mercedes being generally inconsistent. He has suggested that this strategy is leading Hamilton astray and that he should accept the reality of the situation. Anderson has warned that making odd choices on setup can limit learning about the car and hamper the car's development long term. If that is absent, the development path, knowing what to work on in the wind tunnel and improving aerodynamic performance will be confused too. According to Anderson, Hamilton's tinkering is a recurring headache for him, but he has an end date as he departs for Ferrari. Anderson has suggested that if Hamilton does not want to end the year as the second-best Mercedes driver, he should look and learn from Russell and simply take the best out of what he has to work with. Anderson previously warned Hamilton that the excuses must stop at some point, claiming that his setup experiments are unlikely to be as dramatic as he says. Anderson believes that Mercedes have had a fundamental problem with their car since the start of 2022, and no amount of setup changes will fix it. He suggests that it should always be about optimizing what you have at your disposal, as this gives you a baseline to work from. Mercedes still has a long way to go. While their main rivals Ferrari started well, they also made a big mistake in the previous race. Watch this video next to understand what went wrong.